I think you could have been comfortable to play Azir here, but yeah, I mean, this is what Showmaker likes. This is what they're doing, and it is with the Ahri lock. I think definitely going to be the Vi. Just too simple.
Yeah. Just do it, Beryl.
It's rel time.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I don't know if it should be rel time, but it is rel time.
We're just going to barrel down the lane.
Barrel.
Barrel. Yeah.
This is a bit of a weird one, Atlas, in terms of drafts. You know, we talk about a lot at the beginning of the day. Both coaches talked a lot about how I think it's not very strong right now, but I think in the comp I don't hate it because it's just great follow-up to any single target that gets hit by the Ahri.
Speaking of getting hit, he gets hit by the Deadly Flourish, as never mind actually, Beryl tanked that one up, but that is still going to be a terrible result.
Go all the way back to, hold up, we're going to have Shu as a target of a dive.
Yep, level 4 gank this time around as Morgan is going to be slicing over. Everyone's flashing for Shiu, who does shield himself up. He's still alive as Croco comes over and will be able to pick up the kill with the bleed. Change. There's still a Neferi in the area. Nice little seismic shove here on to Showmaker, who gets hit by the hook of Paulo. Will have to use that Spirit Rush in order to get himself to safety.
Showmaker with the lead in mid, did not have to flash. His ult being on cooldown has not been punished, of course. Paulo making some big impacts in this game so far, which is a good sign, as we're going to commit the ult here.
Yeah, some curtains getting cold on here, as Hype is just going to try and use it to clear out the wave.
Grubs are live, by the way, and D+ have a trap set here with Lucid.
Yeah, the flash forward, Chains of Corruption going to connect there, as well as the kitchen sink hits the Renekton. He slices and dices, though, and aiming has to flash, but he does pick up the first kill for DK. They heal to get themselves back out here as well, as Showmaker has started off these Grubs, understanding.
Not have TP, Shiu does, and his ultimate, so D+ absolutely should be able to contest. That's not going to help the contest.
With full control of this area, Morgan, no teleport, no chance. And let's see whether Crocker can actually make something happen. They engage on him, and that is how you blow up the Neferi. You just kill him in one shot. Cancel that one in the end.
Morgan sees an angle here.
Yeah, gonna pop the Dominus as Shiu. Let's see whether he can find an angle to ult his way out. Decides instead to use it to CC the Renekton. Fully charges the Q. And Morgan not going to be able to find too much because Lucid shows up. Top lane did take a couple of plates worth of damage. You can see also here on this bottom side, things looking a little worse for wear on the DK side. I think plates is actually where Bro have made a lot of their money.
Yeah, and the... You know, again, next Dragon here is really pivotal for D+. Like, if they get Soul Point here, they can kind of do whatever they want for the rest of the mid-game.
Ooh, Beryl. Deadly Flourish comes down again, and he's caught by another hook.
I see you, I see you!
Yeah. With a Varus in here, it is a possibility, but there is a Renekton now channeling the teleport behind him, and now the engage onto Lucid. Can he actually get in here? I think it's a successful disengage thus far, but it is going to be the Rift Herald going over to the Bros. Now can they find the team fight? That's the question. Is aiming, having to deal with a crocodile on top of him, and he gets shoved right back into the melee. Now we do have the return of Beryl, but he's a little too late. It is going to be Lucid taking down the support, but I think he will be the sacrifice, as there is a slice ready for Morgan, as Showmaker gonna have to flash away. Shattering Strike from Beryl to try and save his mid laner, and Croco just gets Magnet Storm so that Showmaker can survive.
But that's no Magnet Storm for the Dragon, so that doesn't feel great. Shiu is at basically no health here. I'm just gonna 4-shot him.
Yeah, Seismic Shove going to pull him back in as well.
Oh!
Yeah, the curtains have been called. This is going to take some serious DDR from Shiu, who is going to be able to walk his way out of it. Never mind, very nimble is the Lumberjack Scion.
All right, so we're just putting all the buttons on cooldown, except Lucid's ult.
Oh, but that is going to be feats of strength over to the Bros.
Yeah, bro.
Unless Morgan just dies to the turret.
Oh my God.
That would have been feats of strength.
He doesn't have
still
TP.
Could be. How much? You were the chosen ones. You had the high ground.
I remember when Bro were the Kingslayers and they beat Damwon Kia and like,
hey,
All King Lava. And
okay, but they still do have a gold lead.
True.
They have feats of strength.
True.
They took the mid lane out of turret. They've done some stuff. They're landing every single shove. And Shiu is just dead. Shiu is also playing a tank. We haven't actually mentioned this, but he has struggled on the tanks.
They CC him.
Yep.
And this continues to be a thing. Scion, he takes a long time to kill, but they will CC him.
Well, oh, that hook was beautiful. And the follow-up is going to be there as well, as the Neferi grabs herself a kill onto the Foxy Lady. Closer is going to get exhausted, but as the Bros now moving over, 2 items already for this Neferi. As all right, Beryl looking for a Magnetstorm angle. It could be a big one. Charm lands onto Croco. They don't get too much follow-up, and Lucid down to below half health. Hype is just bullying.
Need to be faster about this.
Yeah, Hook is going to connect onto a wall here as Lucid okay for the moment. Does get over and does have to flash to get out of the way of the seismic shove. Magnetstorm pulling a couple of them in, but Beryl is still going to fall down. Polu flashes away to not suffer the same fate as the seismic shove is going to be avoided. Cease and desist as Lucid will trade his life, but this time Croco gets to go untargetable, and it is just kind of a disaster here for DK as Bro. They're seeing a target, and then they're CCing a target, and then they're killing a target. He needs to be a frontliner.
Yeah, he's kind of flanking when he needs to be frontlining.
Yeah, and look, if you can actually dictate when the fights happen, that can work out, but now it's 34 petals to 3.
Oh, they didn't CC him!
We're going to all in onto Morgan, who does get on top of aiming. It looked a little scary for a moment, and in fact, it is. As is the Talia locking down a kill. Beryl's going to be the next one to die. Yes, you took down the Lord, but we will kill all of you as the revenge comes in from the Bros.
A big CC target, like he's got quite a big hitbox to seismic shove into all the other forms of damage. And Showmaker's caught again.
Yep, another hook. Polu is just going insane today. It's looking real good. The Magnetstorm is kind of decent here from Beryl, though. That will kill Croco as in goes Lucid. Now they're starting to get some of these resets for aiming as Close are the next one to be locked down, but they run out of damage. They run out of buttons, and they may run out of AD carry as well, as the Curtain's thankfully going to get blocked by Lucid. Shiu does finally find himself in amongst the fray, and it didn't quite work out for DK. It was better than a lot of the other fights have been, though, as we're all of a sudden right into another one. Weave as well comes down as Lucid on a flank angle. Good flash there from Beryl, gets him out of the way of Polu, who has a magnetic anchor in this game. Still an 8,000 gold lead, Wolf. It is still the circling of the drain here for DK. Seismic shove after the deadly flourish. You can fish for these all day on the side of the Bros, and now the Curtains are going to be called. In goes the Scion, dead on arrival here, as we can see. Maybe the Zombie can get some DPS happening, as Morgan is just going to melt aiming with basically just his ultimate. It's a quadra kill in the end for Hype. And if Morgan hadn't have just Dominus to kill aiming, that could have even been a penta, but that is going to be an ace here for the Bros, and I think a guaranteed best of 3, a guaranteed at least 4 games here on the day, as the Bros just ran circles around DK this game.
Oh yeah, and Lucid was just a sandbag to be ripped apart in so many of these exchanges. And the Talia pick working a treat here. They did not trade it for Azir. They went for the Ahri Vi, and they just got dismantled. High volatility on the comp here for D+, and Bro, they struck first, they struck hard, and they struck fast.